Sorry, you read it.
Yep.
Why was Kamala Harris the vice presidential candidate?
To appease black people.
They very specifically, right? It came down to her and Gretchen Whitmer, according to the book.
That's right.
And they said, we have to give it, there has to be a black woman. We have a list of X amount of black women. We have to give it to one of them. Okay.
What retard chooses a president like that? What that's how you choose a president? By the just color? You go, hey, we got to have a color. What about the person's ideas? What about what they stand for? We had Bernie on the podcast, and it was so refreshing to hear a politician actually go like, the Democratic Party is all about this identity politics. They're like, I'm gay, I'm the best person in the world. I'm black, I'm the best person in the world. He goes, who cares what you are? What do you stand for?
What's going on, guys? We got to talk about Charlamagne, the simp for Kamala, and Andrew Schulz, the comedian. These two are on the Brilliant Idiots podcast. Okay, they've been doing this for a while. I believe I've reacted to at least one or two of their previous podcasts. And this one was a banger. This one was a big hit because they are going in on Sleepy Joe, Fake Tapper, all of the fake news, and also the boneheaded decision to pick Kamala Harris because she claimed to be black. So they were trying to get the black vote. They're willing to do anything to do it. So that's what they did. He's calling this out as complete and utter BS all across the board and calling out the Democrats. And Charlamagne, in a rare moment of him actually using his brain and his logic and being an honest actor instead of a propagandist, actually agrees with Schulz. They go in, they roast the hell out of the Democrats. Without further ado, let's get into this.
Can we please have a discussion about Jake Tapper's book?
Jake Tapper's book. Original Sin.
I've seen you be quite outspoken about this, Charlotte.
Well, I was outspoken about it before I read it in typical Brilliant Idiots fashion. Okay. But what I said still stands. There's not nearly enough accountability from Jake Tapper in regards to the media's role in the cover-up of President Biden's decline. Because that's what the book is about. The book is about President Biden's decline, his cover-up, and his disastrous choice to run again. This, first of all, it's a great read. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like it's not a great read. It's the #1 book in the country. And it's #1 for a reason, because it is a great read, right? But all it did was give details to everything that we already knew. There is nothing in this book that over the course of the campaign, or even before the campaign, that a motherfucker like me didn't say. So, I said in 2023, Biden should drop out.
Just out of curiosity, Charlamagne, when you said
I was saying that he shouldn't have been running back in 2020, this is before I even started this channel, and a lot of other people were too. Donald Trump was saying that when he was running again in 2020, like, hey, this guy is falling apart.
Now, Sleepy Joe would say the unemployment rate in the great state of Ohio. No, you're in South Carolina. Joe, you're in South. They come up with you. Ever see the guy that no, it's South Carolina. It's not Ohio. Okay. Then he goes, all right, Iowa. Did you say Iowa? No. I did that like 7 times. If I did that once, it would be the end of the road, right? Be the end of the road. They'd say Trump has lost it. They like to say that anyway, I guess. Huh? These people are bad people. Oh, Sleepy Joe. Well, he's running tomorrow. No, but could you imagine if I said just a small fraction of the mistakes he makes, which are unbelievable, every speech? I actually said the other night, I was watching him when he said about half the population wiped out with guns. I said, that's a horrible thing. That's the end of his evening. That's the end of his political career. And then after the debate, they're reviewing him. They said, Joe Biden had a great night last night. I don't get it, Tim.
But the Democrats lied and lied and lied, and now, miraculously, years later, everybody's eyes are open. Everybody's mind is blown. Oh my gosh, we just couldn't see it. Yeah, freaking right.
About Biden, did you receive any sort of like scrutiny?
Oh my God.
Oh, you did?
Smoked me out, man.
What did they call you?
It was on MSNBC saying I was I was spreading Russian propaganda, and I'm like, why? Because I got eyes?
Didn't Kamala Harris cook this man when Charlamagne asked who was running the country?
I can hear you.
Oh, so who's the real president of this country? Is it Joe Manchin or Joe Biden, Madam Vice President?
Come on, Charlamagne.
Come
on. It's Joe Biden.
I can't tell sometimes.
No. It's Joe Biden. And don't start talking like a Republican about asking whether or not he's president.
Do you think Joe Manchin is a
And
problem?
it's Joe Biden, and I'm vice president, and my name is Kamala Harris.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
And you know what's even more fucked up about this book? In the book, it talks about, I forgot what the percentage is, but I think it was like over 60% of Americans thought Biden was too old. So I wasn't saying anything that was so out of the ordinary. I got eyes.
Solomon, when all of us were saying these things about Biden, we were saying these things about the current administration, we were sharing our frustrations with the administration, you got labeled radioactive, Russian propagandist.
MAGA.
We got labeled extreme right-wing lunatics, right? Now, all of a sudden, you've seen but many of the liberal media pundits start to echo the same sentiments that we were saying for 4 years that we got criticized for. Now, we can't go, I told you so, because it's good that they're getting to this point.
Oh, no, we can definitely say that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, you need to relax because, oh yeah, it needs to be rubbed in. This whole video is me rubbing it in. It's me laughing with Schulz and Charlamagne. Okay, it's like I'm in the room with them and you're here with me. We're all laughing at the Democrats and the fake news together.
All right. Let me say this better. The mature version of this is to not sit here and go, I told you, and go, well, it's good that you're here because now we can make the party a better place and you understand what people, well, we're not mature.
We're not mature.
So we got to have some
conversations.
No, we're not.
Listen, the back of this book says,
where's the apology to us, yo? What the whole corporate media apparatus on the left side had tried to make us radioactive for 4 years.
That's right.
Now all of a sudden they're doing this reversal where they're echoing the same talking points that they criticized us for 4 years. They're going on talk shows and referring to you and myself as these like extremists.
Yes.
And now they're saying the same fucking thing.
Same shit.
But because they can make money off of it, all of a sudden it's okay.
You labeled us part of the...
Bingo. Well, it always comes down to what they have to gain. Normally, it's political power, which technically also leads to money. I mean, look at crazy Nancy Pelosi. I mean, look at crooked Hillary, the Biden crime family. So it always comes down, I guess, to money, but certainly power at the very least.
Right? Now it's time for you to say that we were right. Okay? That's what the fuck it boils down to. And you know what Jon Stewart said that was so ill, John?
And it's okay.
You labeled us part of the right. Now it's time for you to say that we were right. Okay? That's what the fuck it boils down to. And you know what Jon Stewart said that was so ill? Jon Stewart said, you're making money off telling us things
that we knew.
You should have told us for free 2 years ago because you're the fucking news outlet.
Forgetting about the fact how weird it is that the news is selling you a book about news they should have told you was news a year ago for free.
I got mad respect for Jake Tapper.
I can't remember everything Stewart was saying, but I know he is a leftist. Now, what I'm curious about, because I can't remember this, was he also trying to act like they were exaggerating Sleepy Joe's cover-up? My gut is telling me he was one of the people who just pretended as though he didn't see how old this little mother lover was, but seeing as how he still is supporting pretty much everything that the radical left says, as far as I'm concerned, he's nothing more than just another propagandist, really.
Tapper, you know what I'm saying? This ain't an indictment of Jake Tapper. All I'm simply saying is there is not enough accountability being had by the media. And you know what? I don't want to hear Biden lied to us all. You know why? Or the Biden administration lied to us all. That's not a good enough excuse. You know why that's not a good enough excuse? Because you got eyes. Because you got ears. And it was your job as a journalist.
Aren't you a journalist?
That's
do
right.
Some fucking research?
That's right. The same way I can go on Breakfast Club or The Daily Show or Brilliant Idiots and say things like Joe Biden is too old. Joe Biden needs to step down. Like you should be able to say that on your mega platform, but you didn't. And guess what? If Joe Biden was president now, you still wouldn't be saying that.
Oh, worse than that, they were defending Sleepy Joe. Everybody remembers that. This is why their credibility is so low. They don't talk about the fake news as approval rating. Their approval ratings, even beneath that of the Democrats in Congress, low 20%.
I said verbatim, February of 2024, Joe Biden should not debate Donald Trump. He will get washed by Donald Trump in the debate. I said that everywhere I went. But I said it on a huge platform like ABC, and I said because even though Trump's 3 years younger than Biden, he just comes off more youthful. And he got them motherfucking jokes and them zingers. He's gonna run circles around Biden. It took for y'all to actually put him out there. And you know what they say throughout this book when they talk about the debate? Why did they ever put him out there? Who was around him that didn't see he wasn't capable of going out there? We not at the White House every day, Schultz. We're not even in the press conferences at the White House as journalists. We're watching on television.
So who was really president? Or whatever. But like I've heard that the people around him were just lying to him.
It's in the book.
Now, what advantage do they have by lying to the president?
Sucking dick, glazing.
No.
Top tier glazing.
Well,
grade A glazing.
Staying in power.
They stay in power.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
That is what concerns me. Their need, their thirst, their desire to stay in power, they propped up someone who is essentially puppeteered. To me, maybe it's not treason, but there's a form of corruption right there.
I would consider it treasonous. I mean, how much? Do you literally have to steal government documents and send them to Putin before they call you a treasonous traitor to the United States? Because effectively, you might as well have handed the country over to foreign dictators if the president is just a puppet and you pretend as though he's not. I mean, I don't know how much more treasonous you could get. This is the biggest scandal of my entire lifetime as a person born on this earth in America. There's nothing bigger and crazier that has occurred than a whole cover-up of a guy who was cognitively declined, physically declining. The guy has cancer. I mean, there's so many different things. All of these things, it appears as though people knew, but it was all covered up, and this guy managed to win the presidency and hold the position for 4 years straight. And we didn't really find out the truth until afterward. Give me a break. I say throw some people under the damn jail. I don't care.
You are lying to the person that we democratically elect so that you can maintain in this position of power. That goes against the democratic process because you guys know that you're making these decisions. And now to just blame everything on Biden when he's fed false information from this Politburo, whatever the fuck you want to, they need accountability. We don't even know who these motherfuckers are.
Did you get to the point in the book, Chris, where Chuck Schumer went to his house?
Yes.
This is what really turned the tide. When Chuck Schumer went to his house, one-on-one, and just told him the fucking truth.
Oh, so now
showed him the poll numbers.
Chuck's a hero.
Well,
so
look, you
conveniently, all these people that run the Democratic Party are heroes.
So, you know how you know Chuck Schumer fed them that information? Because there's a line after Chuck Schumer leaves his house where he said, Biden put his hands on Chuck's shoulders and said, you've got some of the biggest balls of anybody I've ever met. Get the fuck out.
This is a propaganda piece for the Democratic elites. How could you not see it? They are discarding Biden like trash. They're blaming all.
These people literally waited until after the debate. Not one person is a hero if you waited till after the debate. Dean Phillips ran. Hell, Cenk Uygur, that clown from TYT, he ran. Even though there's no way he could win. He's not a U.S. citizen. But even on TYT, I respect TYT a little bit because are they left-wing hacks? Sure, at least Cenk still is and Anna's still kind of is too, but not as much. But at least they stood up for the truth and they didn't just phone it in because they just really wanted the Democrats to win. Anna has went on record saying she didn't even vote for Kamala Harris. She stood on business saying, look, I really don't like Republicans and what they stand for, but I also don't like the Democrats and what they stand for, especially right now. So I'm not voting for it neither.
All the problems of the Democratic Party on this one guy, it alleviates their responsibility.
I'm
not saying totally.
I don't think they come off looking good in this
all,
book,
bro. Yo, I'm not even joking when I say this. It really make you feel like, oh, it's fucked them for the foreseeable future. I'm not even joking.
I don't think that they can continue with the current elites that are in power. I don't think with Pelosi.
They got to go.
They've lost the people.
They got to go. Trump pardoned NBA YoungBoy.
It's over.
I'm not even joking.
Wait, right now?
Yes.
I thought you pardoned Larry Hoover.
He did. And NBA YoungBoy.
Oh, it's done for Democrats. It's done for Democrats. It's done for Democrats.
Yes,
Hold on.
sir.
YoungBoy is free. He's not just free. He's free.
NBA young boy. NBA young boy gonna be on an arena tour.
Yo,
this man gonna be he gonna be at UFC next week talking about Trump 2028.
Democrats.
NBA young boy is gonna be on an arena tour this summer. I just told Chris this. These are culture wars.
Yeah, and they don't. The Democrats just don't know how to play culture.
They have
and you want to
no
know why they don't know?
idea.
Because they're not in the culture. They're in Ivy League institutions.
Boom.
They're on the Upper East Side of New York. They're
man is
handing out at
cooking.
fancy dinners. They're patting themselves on the back on golf courses. They are not in with the regular people. We lost working class Americans. They keep on saying like we lost white males. They looked at the polling data, the most accurate polling data, 18 to 30 or whatever it is. There was no shift that was greater in this
They
election
said that about black
than
men.
any other election.
Black men were the second highest voting bloc of Democrats.
All right,
and they
so-
act like they lost
so
black
let's-
men.
Chris, real quick. So they keep on making up all these excuses, and it's just like someone who got broken up with out of
That's
their
right.
fifth relationship.
That's right.
It's you, not me.
That's right.
Every single one is you,
right.
not me. No, it's you. You lost working class people. What are you going to do to get them back?
All right. So in the book, Shar, you read it.
Yep.
Why was Kamala Harris the vice presidential candidate?
The
or his
appease,
vice
the
president?
appease black people.
They very specifically, right? It came down to her and Gretchen Whitmer, according to the book.
That's right.
And they said, we have to give it, there has to.
So they were gonna pick a woman no matter what. Of course they're gonna pick Kamala, but in my opinion, they should have picked somebody who was actually a black woman if they were going to definitively say they were gonna pick a black woman. They left this open. They basically believed Kamala Harris. Took her on her word when she said she was black, and a bunch of goofy behind black folks who were desperate for any opportunity to get just a little sliver, just a little taste. So delicious to see black people in a position of power, even if they lie about it. That's how desperate people in my community are. They will take any damn thing to feel represented, and it is pathetic. For the black people listening, stop taking any damn thing. Don't be a fool. Don't be pathetic. Don't be a loser. And every time somebody, I'm black, I'm blackity black, just accept anything. That makes no sense. Obama, we know he was half from Africa, 50%. Kamala Harris is 0. You still got people out here trying to defend this loser. She's an Indian and Irish person who had people that went to Jamaica. They weren't really native Jamaicans or from any type of Africa or anything. She's about as black as Elon Musk,
To be a black
who
woman.
was born in South Africa, for those who are slow. Just because your birthplace is a certain place, it means nothing in terms of your actual ethnicity. Wake up!
We have a list of X amount of black women. We have to give it to one of them. Okay.
What fucking retard chooses a president like that? What that's how you choose a president?
This Sleepy Joe for you.
By the just color? You go, hey, we got to have a color. What about the person's ideas? What about what they stand for? We had Bernie on the podcast, and it was so refreshing to hear a politician actually go like, the Democratic Party is all about this identity politics. They're like, I'm gay, I'm the best person in the world, I'm black, I'm the best person in the world. He goes, who cares what you are? What do you stand for?
Within that context,
they insult the intelligence of the voting base.
Let's take a step back. Let me tell you what. I'm not saying that black people love this. I'm just telling you this is what distracts folks, because everybody's going to be talking about this. First of all, you got a bunch of little kids that love NBA YoungBoy. They already run the internet. They're gonna be all over having the conversation like, yeah, YoungBoy home. We're gonna be able to go see YoungBoy this summer on tour. Then you got a whole other group of people saying, this is what you think of us? The algorithm don't know the difference, but I know what they not going to be talking about. That big beautiful bill. I know what they not going to be talking about. What's going on in
Nuclear war.
Nuclear war. That's my whole point with all of this.
You're right.
That's it. That's
no,
it.
I know you're not saying that that's what black people like. What you're saying is that it's an easy distracting tool and perception's reality. And if the internet is on fire with a thing, it feels like that's all everyone cares about.
Well, I mean, half agree and half disagree. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out now because this video is getting pretty long. But of course, this is something that Trump wants to do because it's a smart thing to do. It's just what he wants to do. Clearly, he can walk and chew gum at the same time. He does like a bajillion things at once, and it's bear in mind, still his first term. I mean, we're only still, I mean, we're like about 6 months deep. We're less than 6 months into his first term. Think about that for a second, how crazy that is. So yeah, he's got a long way to go, and of course he's gonna do things that may support people in the black community, or may have the appearance of supporting people in the community. I mean, he's going to do that for pretty much every community, most likely, even probably throw some bones for LGBT, all these people, just not stuff that is stupid and doesn't make sense. It's the common sense part. He keeps saying the same thing. I don't know how many times he has to say it. He's not going to have men and women's sports to appease the LGBTQ community. That's stupid stuff that the Democrats would do. He's not going to increase the amount of food stamps to get black people more weakened and pathetic and stuck on the government teat forever. That's something stupid that the radical left Democrats would do. He's not going to promise reparations, something that would probably potentially either bankrupt the country or put us in a bad position, increase inflation, and inevitably not really help. The only thing that would help is make black people, I guess, feel better. He's not going to do that. That's something stupid that Democrats wouldn't even do, but they certainly would promise it because they always promise reparations and never deliver. I don't think they've delivered any reparations for black people, any state, any municipality, nothing federally ever, and it's been promised for what, like 100 years or something. So one of the reasons I started this channel is because I already saw all of this stuff. I've covered, I mean, I can't think of anything that they really talked about here that I had not covered in terms of major stories. We already knew Kamala Harris was a DEI hire. We already knew that the fake news was covering for Sleepy Joe and that Joe Biden and his administration were lying. They called everything cheap fakes, and the fake news went along with it. As a matter of fact, the fake news is the ones who came up with the term cheap fakes. And the Biden White House just repeated what the news said. So the news had the cover ready for the White House. They're trying to pretend like the White House was lying. No, the fake news covered for the White House. And then the White House covered back for the fake news. They definitely were going hand in hand. They had a whole coalition going because they wanted to defeat the Republicans for some reason. I don't exactly know how this benefits them. I really don't know what the hell's wrong with a lot of these propagandists and weirdos. I don't know about if it's pay. I don't know if it's ideology. I don't know if it's a combination of both. But whatever it is, in my opinion, there's one thing I know for sure, that it is evil. That's just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Beat it. If I was Democrats, not be offended by it, not try to deflect, not try to, they already out here, Jake Tapper, and there must be agents for Mac. Shut the fuck up. All of this stuff happened. Stop making excuses for the Democratic Party. Burn that shit down. Get rid of everybody you don't need to have there anymore and think about the future.